Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Forge World and Games Workshop. My oh my, are there a lot of pre-orders this week. Games Workshop have really continued the pace from last week. Welcome to all of the new subscribers and huge thank you to members of the channel. You can join the channel as a member for as little as £1.99 per month, and you're getting an awful lot of content for that. Congratulations to a number of members that have just reached their 1 year milestone. You get a little picture next to your YouTube avatar name, and now after a year you are a Warhound Titan. So congratulations, you know who you guys are. Thank you for the continued support. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, please consider using the Element Games affiliate link code in the description box below. You can save yourself up to 25% off of your Warhammer goodness, and it helps support this channel. Without further ado, let's jump on over to the community website right here. It's changed to white. I don't know why, but it just has changed to white from what it was before. I think it was like Kill Team featured. If we go back to the a week ago, about the 4th of September, all of the pre-orders were basically orcs. You've got the codex in the various formats, the special edition, which is 50, and the normal edition, which is 30. You got the Combat Patrol, which is a little bit controversial. You may well have already watched my Combat Patrol box set unboxing. I will be building this in the live stream later on today, this evening, from 7 o'clock for 3 hours. I'll try and make a big dent in building all of these miniatures ready for review. You could also pre-order some of the models that were first available in the Beast Snaggers box set a couple of months ago now. The Beast Snaggers themselves, the Snagger Boys on Squigs, and Wirt Snagger as well. But a new model is the Beast Snagger War Boss, and also the Big Ed Boss Bunker. They've also had some cards and quite boring dice as well to pre-order. There's a selection of art prints and t-shirts and things that celebrate just how big Death Dreads are. And yeah, so that was last weekend pre-order. The next day, on the Sunday, it always happens about 6 o'clock every Sunday. This Warhammer community website sometimes has a video, sometimes they just have an article of what's coming up for pre-order the next week, which is today. They've got these new battle tomes. I'm not a massive fan of them. Like, I'm not a big fan of the big sort of banner on there, and also I'm not a fan of them even showcasing that it's Warhammer Age of Sigmar. I much preferred the older ones that just had the name of the army. I mean, have Age of Sigmar on the left for sure, but I think people that want to buy these special editions, you can only get them from Games Workshop web store. I think they know what they're going to be getting. I think they know that it's Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and yeah, it just spoils it a little bit. I think having what the game system is at the top. This is the first time they've done this for both 40k and Age of Sigmar. They've actually put the game system on the front, and yeah, I'm not really a fan. I don't think it works, but there we go. The artwork looks quite nice, I guess. You've got some cards. You've got the Griffhounds. You've got the Masters of Sacrosanct. I think he was available before, but it's now available separately. And also you've got some Stormstrike Chariots. I really like these, and I definitely add them to the force if I collected Stormcast. You've got the Auric War Clans. Now, the interesting thing about this is it does have rules for Kragnos in here. We got rules for him in his own book a little while ago, but also you've got rules for greenskins of every ilk, except for the Gloomspite Gits, obviously. So you've got Cruel Boys and you've got Auric War Clans, and then you've got a look at the special edition cover, which again has this, Age of Sigmar. I think it would have been cleaner if it didn't have that at all on there. But the great thing about this artwork is it just shows you just how little their legs are. Really, really little legs. Big bodies, little arms, big heads, but just little limbs. They're Auric little limbs. They remind me of the Rick and Morty episode. Anyway. And then you've got some cards. And then you've got one of them on this Troggoth. Troggoth looks cool. I really like that. It depends on how the Auric sits on the Troggoth. I might do a conversion where I've got like a couple of gits riding him instead. It depends, how those feet connect. So I might watch a few unboxing and review videos myself about this Troggoth. I think it'd look quite cool with the others that I have. The Beast Skewer Killbow looks quite decent as well. And then you've got a number of dice which are just, yawn. Then you've got the White Dwarf that comes out next week, I think. And just a new pitch for Dark Elf team and some Dark Elf dice. And then finally from Forge World. Forge World are just knocking it out of the park right now. Last week we didn't have anything to pre-order. We just had the promotion. At the moment, the Forge World are running a promotion whereby every £100 you spend in one order, so you can't just like spend 130 and then next week spend 70 and that counts as 2 entries, but every £100 per order you make gives you an entry to win a Warlord Titan, which is quite nice. They've done similar competitions before. It's really odd that they're doing one straight after the £35 for spending 350. However, they do actually have some new releases this month. So they didn't have anything last week, but this week, yesterday, we've got the 2 Praetors for Ultramarines. I think that these are going to be, usual size, normal size. So far, there's only been one Praetor with the Imperial Fist that has been big. I mean, he is a big Praetor. We won't beat around the bush about that. Do I think it's a new precedent for a new scale? No, I don't. I think once we get like 10 Praetors and they're all the same size, then we can sort of discuss that it is a new scale. But just based on one, no, it's you're jumping the gun far too quickly. I have pre-ordered these Ultramarines ones, so it's going to be interesting to do a comparison between the Imperial Fists and the Word Bearers. So the 3 most recent Praetors. Forge World have been a bit cheeky raising the prices of these. I mean, they do have a lot of detail. I would go as far as to say as they have more detail than the Imperial Fist Praetors. You've got different head options as well. You've got helmeted versions. But yes, compared to the other Praetors, they are £2 more each than the rest of them. The biggest news, though, for the pre-orders is Argel Tal. Now, this was controversial because I was expecting him to be 47. I didn't think that he would be anything less. At a push, he could have been 38 to price in the same prices like Sigismund and the other kind of minis. But yeah, with those wings as well and the amount of detail and the fact that Word Bearers are just expensive anyway, £60 for your Gal Vorback, £60 for your Dreadnought, things like that. £47 for this character. And then a little look at their competition that they're still running where you can win the Titan. New from Black Library, you can pre-order Double Eagle as well in this fancy edition. And you've got the Knights of Bretonnia in paperback and Diachasm. What they're doing now in these pre-order articles is they're showcasing what's going to be coming up on the Wednesday, which is fantastic, and I hope they continue this. I hope it's not a surprise every Wednesday. So you had a Lawmaster for Abaddon there, the Despoiler. So the Lawmasters is a great video to help you pronounce some of their names, and that was quite a in-depth look at Abaddon. And then they had the Angels of Death episode 3. There's still one more week to go in this month's worth of Warhammer Plus. So far, I think the month has been worth my £1.50 of content. Let's go back to the articles and we look at Horus Heresy. This is great news that they're actually showcasing campaign packs. This was one of the displays at Forge World that they dismantled, and I don't know what happened to it, but it does suck. I hope they bring this one back. It showcases the mini campaigns, and we've got some pictures there of... We've got Blood Bowl new mini here. This werewolf, fantastic. Grabbing the ball in its teeth. I'm not sure about the stitching. The stitching looks a bit too close to the teeth, in my opinion, but there we are. It follows this awesome looking artwork. We've got Necromunda model, which looks great. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I like the fact that it's got a candle as an ignition for the flamer. You also got what looks like some kind of auto cannon. So that'll be coming out soon, I think, from Forge World. You've got this larger than life Imperator Titan gives new meaning to a labour of love. So an article looking at this scratch built Imperator Titan, which is absolutely huge. Scale wise, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, armies are supposed to be able to come out of its legs, so there is that. Yeah, so big old church and everything on its shoulders. Fantastic. Yeah, a lot of work has gone into that. I mean, there is one of them right there. And then there is one of them on the front cover of Mortis. Forge World Mars pattern Warlord Titan stands 2 feet tall, so Atlas is 5 times its size. So a nice little article about the Titan there. You've got a rumour engine. A lot of noise about this. Is it squats? I personally think it is chaos, and with the cabling and things, I think it's some kind of Warp Smith or Emperor's Children, or even Iron Warriors. I mean, it's definitely some kind of electronic kind of hammer. So we'll see what that is soon. Forging your own storm host. Speedwire. Some great conversions with squigs and having them squig powered. Age of Sigmar article about how to conquer territories. A look at the Necromunda Zone Mortalis and the way that they've built that, and it looks very kind of, I want to say, and they built some scenery using those specific pieces. You get the lowdown on Abaddon with Lawmasters, and a Black Library open submissions. You can meet the new Prodigy for there. War Scrolls showcasing the Cruel Boys, so a little bit of a kind of tease for the new battle tome that's come out. 5 reasons the Emperor's Champions are the best champions of all. So this is the new upcoming Primaris Emperor's Champion, and yeah, some lovely artwork. I've got the original metal Emperor's Champion, and then I had the newer one in metal, and then he came out in plastic, so that was great. A nice painting guide for the Cruel Boys, and a look at new from Forge World. I think this article came out yesterday. You've got Argel Tal rules, which is fantastic, and you've got a bit of a showcase for the Praetors too. Then you've got to look at the Stormcat Eternals range with the Knights Judicator and the Stormstrike Chariots. Meta Watch, which Warhammer Age of Sigmar armies contested the top battles at the Warhammer Open. And you've got it right here. It was Sons of Behemat. They had more than 4 wins, 17 of them in fact. You've got Disciples of Tzeentch, Seraphon even. Lumineth Realm Lords scored high. Daughters of Cain, Soulblight Gravelords. Slaves of Darkness. Right at the bottom, you've only got like Gloomspite Gits and Nighthaunt and Bone Reapers. So yeah, if you want to look at sort of which were winning the most, I mean obviously it's dice rolls and things, but there's your table there. And start your school year right with a free Warhammer Alliance pack and exclusive back to school offers. So that's nice that you've got one of these resource packs, and you can visit the website, and your local Warhammer Alliance coordinator can be in touch with you all. And that's it for the news. Let's pop on over to Forge World and have a look at these awesome looking Praetors. So here we are on Forge World's website, and they've done a remarkable job showcasing 4 banners here. First one with Argel Tal. It's great with the Argel Tal because you're actually buying an Ultramarine and you're getting a Galvorback free. That's the way I think Ultramarines players are probably looking at it. Then you've got the Ultramarines Praetors themselves. The Praetor and Terminator armor does look big, but I don't think he's as big as the Imperial Fist one. So we'll see. We'll have a look next weekend. Win a Titan, of course. Every £100 you spend in one order, you then gives you 1 entry to win a Warlord. I've already spent over £100 for Forge World, and if I won the Titan, I would give it away on the channel. There's no reason for me to have 3 Warlords. If they do bring out a Psi Warlord Titan, I'll be all over that. But yeah, I'm saying it right now publicly. If I did actually win that one, I've got 2 already, so the third one would be a giveaway. Let's click on new, and we have a look at pre-orders. Let's have a look at Argel Tal. First of all, the Crimson Lord, commander of the Serrated Sun, £47. Pricey. I mean, looking at this, it looks like he's going to be in a blister pack, because why else would they show this? Which is a huge shame. He should be in a black box, and I think normally they show the black box too. So this is going to be quite expensive for a blister pack model. Is this the most expensive blister pack model that they do? I'll have to go back and find out about that one. But yeah, you've got the Ultramarine there with all of his intestines spilling out everywhere. You've got this big claw. Yeah, the wings are small, but are they really meant to carry him anywhere? I think he can just flap them and move across the battlefield faster. I mean, they are fast moving creatures imbued with the power of the warp. If we do a 360 on him, there's a load of detail on his rear and his legs and the power plant that's grown these wings. I mean, yeah, fantastic looking mini. Can't wait to get my hands on him, and he's just holding an Ultramarine there, just completely severed. Loads of detail, looking forward to it. So that's Argel Tal. Then we've got the Ultramarines Praetors. So we start off with this Praetor right here for £24. Bit cheeky. They could have charged £22 like the others. He does have a helmet version and a helmetless. I like the helmeted version. I really like that version of the helmet. They've done a remarkable paint job on that sheath for the sword. There's some like leather cracked effects, and they've painted the inside of the Volkite, it seems. The rear has a nice frame around the cape, and the shoulder pauldrons are lovely. You've got this big eagle there on the left pauldron, and this one with a skull flanked by laurels, and a lovely banner on this power plant. I like the greaves as well. Lots of detail there, and he's even got a grenade. Yeah, very Ultramarines-y. But that looks different, doesn't it? I mean, the painted one compared to that one, his head is a bit lower, and he's aiming. That looks like a better pose. But the Gladius is all right, I guess. So yeah, £2 more than a normal Praetor, bit cheeky, and the same for the Terminator. However, must be popular because it's already sold out. It's out of stock. Got a nice combi weapon there. It's actually aiming it. There is an issue here with this Ultramarines Terminator in that he's not got a sword. He's got this pretty big, giant two-handed power axe there. I mean, at first I thought it was double-headed because of the angle, but it's just got an extra blade there. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I like the drum magazine on the combi bolter. I just think the paint style that they've gone for the other one suits it better. Oh, there we go. That's probably a better image there, but nicer helmet as well. But would it have been better with him with a giant sword or something? I'm not sure. But anyway, that's that Praetor, and he will set you back £28. Again, £2 more expensive than the others, which actually shows that the Imperial Fists are a bit of a bargain for the size and detail that you get. That's it for Forge World. So 3 big pre-orders there, very popular. I do have them arriving next week on Friday, so stay tuned to the channel on the Saturday when I probably will unbox 1, 2 or 3 of them, who knows, but I'll certainly be building Argel Tal next week Saturday's live stream. So yeah, try not to miss that one. Let's jump on over to Games Workshop web store. Right here, you've got advertisements for the Age of Sigmar Stormcast Protect the Mortal Realms. Interesting that they've gone for a different armor color scheme. They've gone for black. It's not as striking, in my opinion. I prefer the gold that they normally have, and it's just because I don't think it lends itself very well to photos. It doesn't pop as much. And the War, I would have had that model a bit bigger up front and center, but instead you got these yellow armored Aurics that are drawing your eye a bit more. This Troggoth kind of blends into the, is it Morlock or something, the big dragon for orcs. It's just blending into the scenery a bit. It doesn't catch your eye as much. And then you've still got the 40k orcs that were up for pre-order last week. So kind of 2 new tabs there and a couple of new things here. We click on new and exclusive, and we go for pre-orders, and we go high to low. So you've got the Stormcast Eternals, Sigmar's Chosen right here. All of the new releases for Stormcast and a signed artwork, £224. There are only 200. They haven't sold out. So yeah, you get the dice and I think a start collecting set. The 40k Orc releases that you can see now, they are all up for pre-order from last weekend. This is the Battle Tome for Stormcast Eternals limited edition, £50. Again, not a big fan of them plastering Warhammer on the front. You do get gold page edges. It's soft touch, and you get a page keeper. It consists of, looking right here, almost 200 pages. So it's a thick book, 183 pages. I guess a lot of it is characters. But there's 700 of these. And this is what you'll find with the Age of Sigmar is they're limited to 700. And they're usually numbered as well. I don't know whether it shows it's numbered anywhere. But that's why the 40k ones typically aren't numbered. But they are a limited number of them. 184 pages, 700 of these, but you can still pre-order that one. It's still in stock. The Orcs Collector's Edition is still in stock from last week. Can't believe it. It's a nice cover art, but I just think the Death Red is just too big on the cover. If they had that like probably half an inch shorter, it would work. You got the Auric Warclans limited edition. Now again, limited to 700. Gold page edges, the red page keeper. And this one has 136 pages, so not nearly as many pages as the other, but they're charging the £50, and it has a lot of rules for all of the Auric factions. You've got 37 war scrolls in there. You've got Iron Jaws, Bone Splitters, and Crawl Boys, and it also has Kragnos in there as well. Moving down, if we just view all now. You've got Double Eagle, £35 there for that special edition book. It's written by Dan Abnett. There's 1,250 copies. This was the original cover art. I thought that was fantastic. This one just looks a bit, I don't want to use the word basic, but there you go. It's got a nice, I like the white and the blue page keeper, but it's £35. So yeah, quite pricey. But if you're into Sabbath Wars and you're into Dan Abnett, then I'm not sure whether you will have read it already, but it did come out a while ago. More pre-orders. You've got the Stormcast Eternals Sacrosanct. That model has been out before, but it's now available separately for £31.50. You've got the Breaker Boss on Mire Brute Troggoth, £31.50. I was expecting this to be a bit pricier, but it is what it is. It doesn't have many options. I think what you see is what you get. Looks like it's 3 sprues, and it can only be built one way. I don't think it's got any other weapon options from what I can see. It's in the same pose, no different heads. So that is it for that Mire Brute on Troggoth. You've got the standard edition of the Battle Tomes for the Stormcast Eternals and Auric Warclans. The Orc Codex was up pre-order last weekend. And then you've got the Stormstrike Chariot, £29. Quite pricey, but a lot going on there with those. And I think you can also have them as a different pose look. So you can have one with the bow and arrow and an axe, and you can have the other one still with the axe but with a spear. So if you buy two, you've got a couple of options there for changing them. I think the Gryph-hound's heads are the same though, and they're only in one way. Looking at it, they're only like facing to the right. But that's the chariot. You've got the Dark Elf team double-sided pitch and dugout set, £28. Those orcs were up for pre-order last week. You've got the War Scroll cards, £22.50. You've got the Beast Skewer Killbow, £21 for this one. For the Crawl Boys, just one sprue. Nice scenic base though. But of course that means that if you're going to get a couple of them, they're going to look exactly the same. Don't think there are any different options for builds here, which is a bit of a shame. And then the Knight Judicator with the Gryph-hounds. Gryph-hounds look awesome. Very animated. But yeah, that bow is huge. It reminds me of the dragon bow from Dark Souls. It gives me conniptions. You got the War Scrolls Auric clans for £20. You've got all of these dice. Some of them are for pre-order, like the Age of Sigmar ones, but they're all quite boring, I think. You got the Dark Elf team card pack for Blood Bowl, £16. You've got the Knights of Bretonnia, Warhammer Chronicles. I think it's an anthology by Anthony Reynolds. You've got the Dark Elf team dice set for £12.50. And then the Dichasm novel in paperback by a number of authors. And the White Dwarf is also out next weekend. So a lot of pre-orders. This has been pretty taxing for me to create this video today. You know, we've had 3 unique separate pre-orders from Forge World, and now we've had all of this Age of Sigmar. I'm hoping we get a bit of a break. Maybe there's more Age of Sigmar next week, but it also wouldn't surprise me if they decide to release the Squig Rig and the Great White Squig, the Pain Boss, and other 40k releases next week. Technically, we have had a break from 40k Orcs this week, so it would be welcome next weekend, though. We'll have to wait and see for tomorrow's pre-order article at about 6 o'clock on the community website. What do you guys think of all of these pre-orders, specifically the Horus Heresy? I think it's great that we're getting new releases every couple of weeks now from Forge World for Horus Heresy. And what do you think of these Age of Sigmar releases? Are you going to pick up anything for the Stormcast or the Crawl Boys? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.